How long have you lived in Berlin, and would you like to tell us about your journey?
So I've been in Berlin at this point for about 4 weeks, and I was here before on a previous exchange trip for about a week. And I'm in Berlin this summer to do an international internship kind of exchange program. So.
And where are you from, if I may ask?
I'm from the United States, and I live in New Hampshire.
Do you think Berlin is European for you, or just German?
I feel like it's kind of both. I think there definitely is an underlying German aspect because we are in Germany, so you can see those kind of like distinguishing features, but I think also too because Berlin is such a large city and also just kind of really international too, that you can kind of see both aspects.
Do you think there is something that's needed to feel more European?
I think I'm still kind of learning what European is, so it's kind of hard to define what could be included more to make it feel more European. But I think to at this point, because I'm still exploring, maybe it's just I haven't found that pocket yet.
My next question will be, do you have a message? What would you like to tell a politician in Strasbourg or Brussels, like a EU Parliament members? What's your message to them?
I guess for politicians or for the EU, I think it's just, I don't know, I find it really cool and really interesting just how there's like this large organization of cooperation of countries, and just kind of how there's just this opportunity for a lot of different perspectives and viewpoints to kind of come together and collaborate. So I think just, I don't know, I guess a message or something is kind of sharing that opportunity with others and kind of making it accessible, like, because I know it is accessible, but I feel like sometimes you have to really search for it. So I don't know, wider, broader communication so those interested can get involved, or those who have ideas can share.
What opportunities are there in your district for young people to get actively involved in politics, if you know any?
I know of any. I've heard a lot of, like, for, I guess, the international side of things to kind of understand what's going on. I know at least here, there have been a lot of students that I'm here with that have taken the opportunity to go to the Reichstag and like sit in on a session for the Bundestag, which I think is really cool to kind of get an idea of what's going on here, because the government system here is a little bit different than ours in terms of how it's set up. So it's kind of interesting, I guess, to see how that plays out. And then I think too, I've seen a couple things about just either it be like protests or things of that variety where people are getting together to kind of not so much like celebrate, but kind of share and kind of discuss similar opinions they have on certain worldwide topics today.
Thank you. And my next question is, and the last, do you feel that your voice is heard in decision-making process? I know it's hard for you to answer the question since you recently moved in here temporarily, but still.
I think, yeah, if I were going to try to make my voice heard in decision making, I think there would definitely be something I would be able to do to make that happen.
You mean like besides voting?
Yes.
But like what would you do to make your voice heard?
Well, I'm thinking like in the US, something really common is like to call your local representatives and to say, hey, there's this bill currently that you're working on,